Jets in their new Meadowlands Stadium, their first game in their gleaming stadium. Ray Lewis, Rex Ryan. Lewis and Ryan, of course, used to work together when Ryan was defensive coordinator for the Ravens. Game starts like this. Joe Flacco pummeled by Sean Ellis and Brian Thomas.
Holds onto the ball, three-step drop, kind of should get rid of it. Really, this could be an omen. Oh, wow, this is a bad start. Joe Flacco rallied back. Ravens defense held him to a field goal there. Key point in the game.
Willis McGahee, though, going to do the same thing.
Ball comes out. Jets recover. Again, the Jets don't take advantage of it because they're going to turn the ball over here.
Sione Buhua recovering again. Two recovered both of the fumbles. And then in the second quarter, the third turnover in 4 possessions. Joe Flacco throwing the ball deep to Anquan Boldin. He's intercepted by Antonio Cromartie.
You know what I love is it didn't affect Flacco's concentration. It didn't affect his confidence. And he still came out and he made a lot of great throws. And he really learned the lesson of get back up and keep fighting and keep competing. And that's something he did tonight. He'll grow from this game. It was ugly, but he's going to grow from it.
Cromartie keeping his feet in bounds there, right on the sidelines, returns it 66 yards to the Ravens 31. And then 2 plays later for the Jets, Sean Green up the middle.
Tough to run the ball on the Ravens. Great push inside. Knocked the Jets' offensive line. He fumbles down. It's tough to move the ball in there. And, of course, they get it right back. So the turnover for turnover. And, you know, the Ravens' defense responded.
On that ensuing Ravens possession, Flacco throwing to the newly acquired T.J. Houshmandzadeh for the 27-yard gain, his first catch for the new team.
Great play by Flacco, held it on the ball for the last second. This is the story of the first half, Alex. Penalties.
Tons of penalties, and you'll see a bad one here. Braylon Edwards called for this penalty because he runs into the kicker here.
A little nitpicking, but, you know, actually it happened, and you know, those are unforced errors that cost you to lose football games.
It cost a lot because it keeps the drive alive for the Ravens. 3 plays later, Joe Flacco throwing the ball deep to T.J. Houshmandzadeh. But pass interference now called on Kyle Wilson, and that sets up the Ravens and the Jets. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal, and Willis McGahee takes it in for the touchdown.
Kyle Wilson and Cromartie are going to see all the action this season. Revis is going to be alone on that island.
Ravens 7-6 at the half, and then into the third quarter, Flacco throwing deep, and he sees Anquan Boldin for the 38-yard gain.
People know it's time to take shots against the Jets. There's no sense in trying to make 1 or 2 yards of play. Try to make 40.
They got a field goal, and the Ravens lead 10-6, and then there's Steve Weatherford punting for Jets to Tom Zbikowski gets the ball, but he backtracks on his return, fumbles in the end zone. The Jets recover, but wait a second, take another look. He's stretching out his arm, and he's given the forward progress at the 1-yard line, so the Ravens keep the possession, but they would later have to punt. Fourth quarter now, and LaDainian Tomlinson up the middle for 18 yards in the first down. LT really the only yards on the ground. He had 11 rushes for 62 yards in this game, and then 3 plays later, Mark Sanchez sacked by Haloti Ngata.
Third down, 1 for 11, can't control the ball. Can't make big plays. That's not a recipe to win. The Jets want to win with their defense kicking game, but their offense did little to help tonight.
They had to punt after that drive. Ensuing Ravens drive, Flacco throwing deep to Todd Heap. Great catch by Heap. 35-yard gain there. Take another look. Look at this catch by Heap.
Great catch. Great execution. They did a great job in protection tonight, keeping Joe Flacco upright and making plays.
And 6 plays later, Flacco.
That's the third down play. They should have run the ball there to take away the Jets' last time out, chose to throw it. But that shows their confidence in their defense. They knew they could come back. And Mark Sanchez, Alex, he's all about checkdowns and not throwing the ball up the field.
And Sanchez throwing it right there to Dustin Keller, and he gets wrecked by Ray Lewis.
Yeah, if you can sit on routes in the NFL and you don't stretch the field vertically, it becomes a very tight game, and Mark Sanchez doesn't want to stretch it.
And the game comes down to this on 4th and 10. Sanchez looking for his tight end Keller, who catches it, but he comes up about a half a yard short before he goes out of bounds. And the Ravens go on to win this one 10-9, a 1-point game there. And Joe Flacco, fairly decent day. Mark Sanchez, it was absolutely disastrous for him.
Well, you know, they didn't really give Sanchez a chance to really do anything. But when Sanchez had those chances on third down, he didn't do anything. So it was a very difficult game. Their execution was not very good.